In fact, I've been here for 35 years now, and my intention was not coming to London. I didn't know if the UK accept asylum. In fact, I was escaping from the country, from Iran, as an ex-political prisoner. It was very, very frightening situation. If they return me and my husband to Iran, then we will be executed.
این لحظه فقط آدم احساس میکنه از یک جهنمی.
He says that the difference is people coming in from Iran, from that hell, from the level of suppression which is unimaginable in any part of the world. It's a much different feeling getting out of that place.
He was in age 33, was executed by the Shah, and he was died under the torture in his Shah time, just after his execution. And still we don't know where he was buried, and my grandmother and my family, they didn't know where he is. I mean, they even had no idea that he was executed, and I knew that from age 13 that he's killed.
He says that through the pressures that we faced, especially those of us who were in solitary confinement for long periods, and the interrogations and hearing the screams of children in other interrogation rooms, I always felt, especially whilst being in solitary confinement, that is there anyone who will hear the voice of these people and their screams in prison?
یا از درد دیپرس میشه و یک گوشه‌ای میفته.
So he says, what I think has also helped us very much was the ability to be the voice of the voiceless in Iran, especially the ones who are in solitary confinement, the ones that Revolutionary Guards members or the prison guards would say to them, no one will hear your voice. We control everything here. Mm-hmm. And being their voice, I feel that's given me the strength. In prison, those of us who chose to be active for human rights in Iran, we made that decision. The most painful part wasn't the suffering that we faced, but rather it was the suffering of others. The mothers who were arrested with their children, men who were threatened if they didn't cooperate with the regime that their wives would be raped in front of them. For me, at that moment when I was filling this form in, I was happy that I could be their voice.
I had my own experiences that even between them there are differences. Because I could see one was really enjoying doing this, doing torturing, and the aim was to torture more and to break you more, and without somebody asking to do even that job, because some of them they've been asked to do this, do that, but some of them they were really enjoying to doing that. But I know I have heard some other torturers, they have suicided after some times because of what they have seen.
That's actually a very good question you mentioned about the torture. I always had these moments whilst I was in prison of thinking, well, he's just beaten me. What is he going to do? He's going to go home, probably hug his daughter, kiss his daughter, and be with his family and friends. How is he going to cope between during the day coming to prison and torturing people and going home and being with friends and family? How has he balanced that? Whilst I was in solitary confinement for those 18 months, despite the fact that I had a broken jaw, I had 2 broken ribs, and I was tortured day in, day out, and I was alone in that cell. But it was very strange. I mean, it might sound a bit odd, but I felt very good about going through this pain. I felt that I was chosen to pay this price, to go through this pain. But as you say, it's strange. I've never spoken about this before, but you feel someone's being kind to you, even though you have 2 broken ribs, you can't breathe. But I felt one with the universe in a sense that you feel that, you're part of it, you're making that difference. God tests the believers in difficult circumstances. And he says that in Iran we're faced with an Islamic extremist government, and we feel that throughout these years, and he says this, that I've been here, and this cause itself, our closest friends have been Christians, be it Catholics, Protestants, Christians. All churches have been open to us.
I never lost my hope, because the hope is for a better life for other people that we can provide it.
همدیگه کم کنیم با تحمل بیشتر درد خودم.
He says that all of us who had been suffering in prisons, we were told under torture, if we give the names of our friends, we may stay alive, they will release us. But what kept us going is that we felt that through our sacrifice, we're making a difference in somebody else's life. And he gives the example, he says the biggest example throughout history has been Jesus, who made that ultimate sacrifice that shook the entire world. And he says that's why for us that we're sitting here today, we always have that sort of goal of how can I, in a sense, to put it bluntly, suffer more, to take away suffering from others.